For about 4,000 years, humans have been using yeast for making bread and alcoholic beverages, many not realizing that it is a living organism. Much like human cells, yeast cells have chromosomes with long strings of DNA containing all the information needed for growth and reproduction. Modern technology allows scientists to cut and paste the 4 nucleobases comprising the DNA, commonly known as ACGNT. But in their experiments with yeast at New York University's Bouquet lab, scientists took a different approach.
Rather than starting with what exists in nature and making changes to see what happens, we can do this bottom-up approach where we design whole systems from scratch and see if they work as we predict.
With the help of a computer, chunks of a DNA string that contain a certain sequence, for instance TAG, are cut and replaced with an artificially created sequence, for instance TAA. So far, scientists have created and replaced 6 of yeast's 16 chromosomes, and they all worked fine. Researchers say they are fully aware of the ethical questions arising from experiments with DNA, and they are ready to talk.
And that involves talking to ethicists, policymakers, regulators, scientists, the general public. I want my mom to be okay with this.
But other researchers experimenting with DNA are eagerly awaiting results.
I paid very careful attention to when they say, here are the lessons learned, because if they can't do it in a simple thing like yeast, I will never be able to do it in a plant.
The final goal is creation of a synthetic yeast that could be more suitable for the manufacture of drugs or fuel. Other researchers say genetic engineering may lead to growing plants that can detect air pollution and even the presence of explosives. George Putic, VOA News, Washington.